Hello and welcome. Today's video is the 6th in a series that I'm creating about our epic road trip that we went on from the Salt Lake City, Utah area to the Orlando, Florida area in our 2015 Tesla Model S 85D with my young family of 5. In this particular video today, we're doing a Florida wild safari experience, going down to a wildlife preserve to see a bunch of animals. It's kind of like a small zoo. And then we're going to be going up to the Walt Disney World Resort, to the Grand Floridian, and they have some gingerbread houses there and some things that we were checking out. So let's get started. All right, today we are going to be going to a Gatorland park, some kind of attraction here in Florida. You can see it right here on my phone. So we're going to be going to Wild Florida Airboats and Gator Park. And so it's going to be about a 53-minute drive away, including tolls. So I have shared that to the car, and I charged up the car overnight. You can see we got it up to 90%. There you go. It's down to 89%, so it had a little bit of vampire drain since it finished charging.
I'm cuckoo
and so I shared it to the car, so we're ready to go.
Cuckoo caca.
What does that mean, Lucy?
Cuckoo caca.
Are you ready for this, Lydia? You excited?
Yeah.
What about you, Clara? Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, we got a yeah out of her. Alright, let's get going. Mid-route update. We're going to the Wild Florida Airboats and Gator Park, and we're only 22 minutes away. We'll be getting there with 65% battery.
We're going to Wild Florida.
Wild Florida? Are you so excited? You look excited. The other two are asleep. Didn't take them long. And it just rained a tiny bit, but that's about it. Looking at that first segment of data in Teslafy, you can ignore these first two lines. You can see it just charged for 1 minute, and we just drove for a couple of minutes and turned back to get something. This is where we drove from the house down to the Wild Safari Park, and that was a 53-minute drive, 49 miles almost, and we drove at 80% efficiency. Alright, we've arrived. You can see here it says welcome to Wild Florida behind us. What do you think, Lucy?
Cold.
It's a little bit cold. It's 79 degrees though, so it's not bad. It's just a little windy. What is that sound? It sounds like monkeys.
That was a weird sound.
It was a very weird sound. Are you excited, girls? How excited are you?
So excited.
So excited.
So excited.
Show me how excited you are.
Nice.
Alright, here's Gatorland. Lucy, what are you on? Lucy, what did you find?
Alligator.
An alligator?
I
Feel it? Is it really sharp? Oh wow, yeah, that is really sharp, huh? What do you think, Clara?
Ow.
Is that really sharp?
So one of these is a kid. That makes sense.
Yikes. Yikes. Look. There's another over there.
Lydia, what do you see?
Peacock.
It's a turtle and what?
And a peacock.
And a peacock.
Yeah.
So cool. Lucy, what did you find?
A tortoise.
A tortoise?
Yes, a tortoise.
Hey Lydia, what is that?
Alligator.
It's a gator?
Yes.
Oh,
The first time I've seen a gator.
an albino alligator.
Nice and
लेके देखो।
What do you think, Lucy?
Cool.
Cool. Lucy, do those alligators look really big?
That one's coming straight towards us. I'm looking at it.
See what happened? Did you see him climbing upside down?
Happy birthday. Mommy, he can talk. Hello. Hello. A gator nugget.
All right, eat it. What do you think?
Want to try French?
Yummy.
Yummy. Clara, what are you eating? Are you eating a gator nugget? You can see the other half right here in her hand. Are you eating a gator nugget?
Is it yummy or yucky? Yummy?
Eat the rest of it.
He's right there.
There she goes. She's tired. All right, let's go see the hawk swamp. You want another gator nugget? Yeah. Okay, we'll see if we can find one.
You
Hey
want
Lydia,
some stickers?
what do you think?
I got stickers for you.
You think it's great? What are you looking at? What is that?
Vultures.
Vultures? Oh.
Hear about reptiles out there. A lot of people just think all lizards and reptiles are hard, rough, or rocky when you touch them. So the boa constrictor is what I have around my neck and my arms right here. This is probably #2 most popular exotic pet species in the States now, but they're from down in South America. She's calm, relaxed, she's just hanging out. She thinks that people is like big heated jungle gyms at this point.
What did you think when you touched
To learn
it?
more about this beautiful boa,
Nail
this
polish?
is for everybody. I'll try and stretch her out here. Let's see
It's
how
like nail polish.
Looking at the boa. Great vision side to side, only blind spots right in front or behind.
Here we go. Here comes Jeremiah yet again, going up and oh, going down. Don't let his size fool you. He is a good jumper, but he felt the stage fright. Oh man, swing and a miss. So alligators have eyes on the sides of the head, so they see great, but out towards the sides. Close range, they actually have a blind spot right in the center of their face, and then at the last moment, they use their excellent sense of smell to determine exactly where that chicken is. All right, we got that chicken out there. Let's see who's gonna get it. Here comes Jeremiah yet again from the right-hand side, facing off against Warhog. Who's it gonna be? And Warhog got it. Make some noise for him. I'm probably thinking, there's no way this crazy Florida man knows the difference between those alligators. But
What you doing?
I still want to know.
Hey Lydia, what you looking at?
Peacock.
A peacock? Oh. What's behind you?
Always moving. Thank you. Photo op.
He has the second longest cranial plate of any gator we've measured here, aka the skull. And you can see Andrew asking him to hold still, touching him on the face, and there's a little for you. Believe it or not,
What do
it's
you
probably
think,
around
Lydia?
maybe 15%
Lucy, did you see how
total
fast he
bite
shut
force.
his mouth?
At this size, an alligator's bite over 2,000 pounds per square inch. That way, if he has something in his eye, we can check on it visually and physically. This may be adorable or death-defying. We'll see. Here we go. There's the hold command. Here he goes.
Oh.
How adorable.
Lucy, what did you say?
His 2 eyes are
His two eyes were closed.
He's sleepy.
He was sleeping. Lydia, what did you think of the show?
Wait, let me show you.
Gate.
It was great.
I just wanted to
Right
say
now
no.
we're driving through a animal safari, and Autopilot works. So you can see here with the
Over here, these are
blue
some-
image, or the blue vehicle in front of us is the lead car, and it totally has auto steer and traffic aware cruise control turned on, and is successfully speeding up and slowing down and following this car around turns. So it's working great. Girls, what do you think of the animals? Great.
Lucy, what do you think of the animals?
It's great.
Which one's your favorite?
The unicorn.
I didn't see any unicorns.
Oh, look at Lucy. Look out Claire's side.
Yeah, there's lots of cool things out Claire's side, not really Lucy's side yet.
Yep.
Can you see Lucy out their window?
Mine.
Out Claire's.
Wait, look, I see a pond right there, but I don't know what's in there. Duck.
Probably alligators.
Maybe it's just for the animals to drink out of.
But nobody is taking a picture of it. More.
Stop. Look at those cute spotted deers.
Hi, cute spotted deers. Hi, cute spotted deers. Are those buffaloes, Mommy?
All the way out there. I think maybe they're just cows. They don't look big enough to be buffaloes. But maybe some of them are.
That's
I don't know.
Claire, are you having fun?
There, Lucy.
What do you think about the draft, Lucy?
Yay!
He's running away. This drive line right here is where we were driving on that safari ride around the park, which is a lot of just stop and go and driving very slowly. And so we drove for 30 minutes, 1.81 miles, and almost 50% efficiency. So definitely an unusual segment of driving right there. We have departed the Wildland Adventure Safari place, and we are navigating back into Orlando. We're going to go to some Disney World activity, and so we're leaving at 61% battery, and we'll be arriving at estimated 48% battery. This segment of driving here, going from the safari place up to near Disney World, but not completely to, because this is where we ate dinner, and so that was an hour and 6-minute drive. We drove for 32 minutes. And that was 87, almost 88% efficiency on that leg. Why are you sad? You're eating yummy food. I can't hear you. Oh, you want to go to bed? You're too tired. Yeah, I don't blame you. We're eating dinner at a place called Qdoba. And then we might go home after this because the kids have had apparently enough. This last segment here is when we drove from where we ate dinner over to the Grand Floridian at Disney World. That was a 16-minute drive, 8.7 miles, 88% efficiency. We are in the Grand Floridian at the Walt Disney World Resort,
Want to go walk around
checking
that?
out their gingerbread houses.
Yeah, you want to go look at
What did you find? Yeah!
it? Oh, cool. Look,
Oh.
look through the window.
Now we're gonna spin around. Ready? I'm gonna.
We've been here at the Grand Floridian for like an hour or two, and now we're going home to go to bed. Girls, did you have so much fun here?
Yeah.
All right, we're on the road, and looks like we'll arrive with 34% battery. And it's currently 71 degrees, and it's been raining for the last couple of hours. And we're currently at 42% battery. This segment here is when we arrived at the Grand Floridian, and we just drove between parking lots at one point, so that's negligible. And then here is when we drove from the Grand Floridian back to the home where we're staying. And so that was a 30-minute drive, 19 miles, and 83% efficiency. So right here is where we are charging. You can see we got the green light going, we're plugged in, and we are plugged in with the mobile charger cord here. You can see it's just running into the garage. And here's the green light showing energy going into the car. And then that's the end of the cable right here. And I've got the NEMA 1450 adapter plugged in. And then that orange handle is part of the extension cord that I purchased. And that extension cord runs along over here and snakes into the house. And this is the closest high-powered outlet we could find, which just comes in here over their counter and then it drops down there behind the stove. So if I back up here, you can see a couple of things on the counter, but it's just coming in from that garage door and then going down into using the stove outlet. One thing that we've been doing to make this work more easily since we're here for several days is I actually just am leaving the extension cord plugged in when we need to use the oven or stove. Well, actually, just first thing when I wake up in the morning, I just come down here and unplug the car, plug the stove back into the end of the extension cord so that we don't have to pull the stove back out and reach down and change that plug. So we're just running the stove off of the extension cord, and then each time we go to bed at night, I then unplug the stove and go plug the car back in and charge up all night. So it hasn't really been inconveniencing our relatives that live here, or I hope anybody else really. But it's been working out just fine to do it that way. First day, we actually had the car parked right here in the garage, but it's just a little bit tight and the extension cord was long enough, so I just decided to go ahead and leave the car out in the driveway. And the garage door coming down here on the cord is just fine. It has enough space, it doesn't cause any problems. You can see here that it is 8 kilowatts. I had to move it from 40 amps down to 32 because the circuit breaker that this is on is only 40 amps. Even though I feel like it should be 50 because it's a NEMA 1450 outlet. But anyway, going off of the breaker, that's what I've done. All of the driving that we did today got us down to 34%, and so it's going to charge for 6 hours. And so by the time we wake up in the morning, we will be back up to 90%, and we'll have plenty of charge for our activities for the day. When we arrived at the house that we were staying at, we then plugged in and charged for nearly 6 hours. We started at 34% and ended at 90% battery, and we consumed 45.4 kilowatt hours from the house there that we were staying at. So that was charging at 86.8% efficiency. Looking at the entire route for the day, we started up here in the top left area and took this route down. And then if we zoom in down here, this is where the Florida Wild Safari place was, and you can see the actual drive that we took through that park, which is kind of fun. You can see that route there. In any case, when we left there, we were going up to the Disney World area, so that's why this route here is different, and then we looped back to the house. Overall, the car performed admirably today as usual. We had a fun time going to the wildlife center and seeing all of the animals, driving around through the safari portion where you can see the larger animals, and then driving around to the other places that we went up near Disney World. It was raining for pretty much the entire afternoon, on and off, light mist mostly, but the car handled it no problem, of course. And So as usual, it's a joy to drive, so we're going to go to bed now. I hope this video was helpful for you to see how well the Tesla performed in getting us around to our activities of the day and how fun it was to actually be able to drive in it going through the safari park. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments down below. And if you are interested in seeing any of my future videos where we're going to be driving from Florida back home to Utah, click the subscribe button, change the bell notification to all, and then you will get notified of any of my future uploads. And with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.